morning, everybody. Welcome back. As we all know, we had a pretty good, long debate last night. Not just watching the debate started at 8 o'clock, we also had a long after debate here on our channel, which was pretty interesting. Looking at some of the demographic data that came out, it looks like Trump basically swept Harris by a pretty wide margin. So, I swear to God, I thought she was starting to slur her speech in part of the debate, so I wonder if she was under the influence of some drugs or alcohol, but I can't verify that part. But either way, Kamala Harris was just pretty much pushing the Democratic agenda and excuses, and really didn't offer any insight into how she would solve some of the issues. It seems that she wanted to focus on topics that really are not hot button issues for the majority of Americans. Whereas Donald Trump, however, was focusing on the concerns Americans have, such as the economy. I suppose that's one of the reasons why the Democratic Party is quickly losing its ground in a lot of areas in people's lives, as people are leaving the Democratic Party for greener pastures. Good morning, how you doing, Tiger Kitty? Why don't I get you up on the morning show since you're here? And we can certainly cover this because you were at the debate last night. We did also pretty good also. And the number of viewers on the debate as well. So we were reaching out to a lot of people that were watching the debate on our channel. The link is NIR Tiger Kitty. Oh, actually, I do want to see it. At least unlike Sleepy Joe, at least it was more, shall we say, interesting. Today's expected high temperature will be about 24 degrees Celsius, which is going to be a nice change. Yesterday was kind of warm, but today will be 2 degrees Celsius warmer today. This afternoon, I'm going to also do some fact checking on Bismarck, North Dakota, as well from city data to verify a few pieces of information that I need to know. Molasses and I briefly talked yesterday in Discord in text to text. She's not against going to Bismarck. I told her, well, I'll tell you what. It's halfway to California, and you can still see Cruiser as you want to every so often. If we can get, a place together, I mean, the reason, even one that was for rent with furnishings already for $799 a month. I got a question. It's great if you don't have furniture, but it's bad if you do. If you have furniture and the apartment's furnished, where do you put your furniture? And that's a good point. You can have a place that's furnished, but if you already have furniture, you're kind of stuck. I think Alaska's is to live on her own these days. No, I know it's not. However, she does have one asset that I may need Bismarck is for now a car. Because I don't know much about Bismarck as far as how the mass transit is in Bismarck. It is the capital city of North Dakota. But from what I'm hearing, it's described as it's like about the size of Torrington. So it's kind of spread out a little bit. It's not like everything is crammed in like sardines. I'm sure Main Street is, but yeah, my stuff is old, but I still have to move my studio, and that's stuff is got to be moved. Otherwise, we'd have to replace all the computers, and that's going to cost money. We don't really. And right now, it's the only apartment. It's $799. It's furnished. It's actually, is it an apartment or is it a house? I think it's an apartment. It's an apartment. Well, unfortunately, Krista got my Xbox 360. I gave it to Krista already. So she has it with some games. Right now, that's the only way you can use the Xbox 360 is with the games. The orange box. Yeah, well, that's very true. Tiger, we don't know that. You're right. We don't know that. Anyway, you want to come on up on panel? It's NIR. NIR. It's the last 3-digit letters of the link. NIR. So, hello, Atlanta God. That's how you doing today. No, I'm not asking to be any of my carer. That's not. So I'm saying people are eating dogs. I don't know if it's necessarily happening in Springfield, Ohio. But with the high cost of food right now, I would say it's not entirely unfeasible. I mean, people right now are struggling as it is. A city with a population of 58,000 all of a sudden gets another additional 20,000 people in very short time, which overran resources for the city. They didn't expect to get 20,000 Haitians. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the Western Hemisphere. And along with the Haitians come cucarachas, which is absolutely true. The same thing with people from the Dominican Republic downstairs. She could. She is an SSI. There's jobs there in Dakota, in Bismarck. As I said, it's the capital city. So, which means that she could easily find work if she wants to do caring. You know, not just me, but maybe others she's interested in. She's interested in, she has her literature degree in English. There's a university of Bismarck. She could actually get a job working in the university in the English department. So she could get that. I couldn't either, but Um, but there are people in Ukraine that got so bad when Stalin was around that they actually ate the grandparents. That's, so some people desperate enough that they will do whatever it takes to survive. Yes, I did. Well, her husband plays it once in a while, she says. I bought her a turntable last year as a gift because she helped me out with so many times already that that it was only fair to give her something that she could enjoy. That was the black one that didn't get the red circle of death. Well, yeah, well, I bet the grandparents over there in Ukraine at that time of Stalin certainly weren't much better, Tiger. They really weren't. They were starving along with the rest of the family. Um, it's just something that, well, unfortunately enough, a lot of people don't know how to fix the circle of death. As I said, my black Xbox 360 didn't have that. It was a newer one. It was a much quieter one too, because it was a newer one. But boy, did that thing get hot! It was like a mini space heater. All you needed was a little bit stronger fan on it, and you could have it to keep you warm while you're playing the games in a room that's unheated. Well, you definitely come forget capacitor failures. Electrolytic capacitors don't like getting super hot. And the original Xbox 360 had a lousy cooling system. That's the smart one which we had managed to fix that. But it's still pretty interesting to think about, though. All right, so let's get back to the main discussion. I think Trump was much more on top of this stage than Harris was. I think that Kamala Harris was not on top of on the areas that really apply to American people. And have you ever, and this is kind of true with both parties, but more so with the Democrats. When a Democrat is in the White House, Democrats lead in the Senate, Democrats lead in the House, notice that no legislation gets passed. Nothing. Not a single bill. it's almost always is a lame duck session for 4 years. It's the same thing, but not as bad when the Republicans are all in charge. The Republicans are a little more willing to get their noses in there and start trying to come up with legislation that works. Right. Well, horse. What happens to all the wild horses that are hunted down by the United States Department of the Agriculture, USDA horses, and Wildlife Service? What are you gonna put them on? It ends up they gotta do something with the excessive horse population. So some of it just ends up in as food. What is Berg's up to this time? Yeah, well, bat is definitely bad, Choo Choo, and rat is definitely equal to bat. In fact, they're both mammals and they're both vertebrates. One just happens to have wings. Well, I had horse meat once. It was kind of stringy. I wasn't really too impressed by it. Um, someone in social media. I actually knew Kristen Townsend from Mill Creek and I got blocked, so I take that as a yes. Oh, it's just So I think that I guess Kamala Harris wants a second debate, which I think kind of is fair, considering the fact that originally there usually is 3 presidential debates. Joe Biden took one of them, so that leaves him with potential for 2. Next, it's going to be Kamala Harris. I mean, the VP of the VP, which is who is he? And also versus against JD Vance, the vice presidential debate. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't necessarily. That's one of the reasons why I'm really not sure what you're supposed to eat as far as meat anymore, because how we know that the meat and food that we're getting now is healthy? I don't. I mean, I had pepperoni pizza with stuffed crusted pepperoni pizza last night from Aldi's. And it's sitting in my stomach like a giant rock. Last Saturday, I had the 3 meat from Aldi. It did the same thing. It sat in my stomach like an even bigger rock. It's just, I don't mind the fish. But we all know that well-grown fish tends to contain things like mercury and other things that are not good for you. So I think RFK is onto something about when he says about the FDA. I think he's right. A lot of the food in America is not good for you. But, of course, I'm surprised that Kamala Harris did not, and she didn't, want to touch on the high cost of living. She really didn't. She just immediately kept blaming Trump for it all. Look, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden did not create jobs. Now let me explain why. Okay? Trump got the unemployment rate nationwide down to 3.25%. Okay? The reason why Joe managed to say he got the unemployment down again was because after COVID, people started coming back to work. He didn't do anything to encourage companies from bringing back manufacturing to the United States. In fact, if anything, he sent all the construct companies overseas, told them to go right back to China where they belonged. Put moratoriums and caps on refining of fossil fuels. It's just something else to consider. That's the reason why I find it so amazing that Joe Biden used to say, "Oh, we're making the economy great." No, Joe, you didn't make the economy great. It was after the bans and moratoriums of COVID ended, is when the economy started to wake up and reopen its doors. What you did was you destroyed the spirit that Donald Trump began when people started to feel better about themselves. Hello, Andorra. How are you doing? Good morning, David S. Good morning. Good morning, Cheryl. It's an SHIRL, Cheryl. I think it's Cheryl. So like I said, she did not even have any kind of plan to really bring back manufacturing jobs. She didn't cover that. I'd like to know what she was thinking. I think she thought that Donald Trump was going to be a pushover. Remember, I told you, Donald Trump is a stiff negotiator. He's not going to back down. You don't become a major successful real estate developer by backing down when the competition starts to heat up. That's why he's so successful in business. That is why he's so successful in life. Right. But I thought short for Shirley. So I'd like to hear a question. I kept asking this question and no Democrat would answer it. They just give me crickets. So here it is. What has the Democratic Party done for you? What has the Democratic Party, as a Democrat, done for you? Republicans, this is for the Democrats only. Okay, but for the Republicans, let's ask the same question. What has the Republican Party done for you? I'm talking about you personally, for your life, your family. I'm not talking about just at large. That was created by the Heritage Foundation. The Heritage Foundation came up with Project 2025. It's a think tank Republican group. It had nothing to do with Trump in the White House. The Heritage Foundation came up with Project 2025. It's a rule or recommendations. That doesn't mean it's going to happen. Democrats made things worse and weird for me. Put all these men with tails on their asses, females that look like men, men that look like females. The Republicans sold out. Yeah, accepting the Democrats more than that than the Republicans when they kept sending all the jobs back to China. Not saying that some Republicans didn't send jobs to China, but less of them then. In the 1960s, the Democrats were clearly in the lead. They had the concern of saying, we're the party of the common man. Which was true in the 1950s and 60s. But that's not the Democratic Party today. In fact, today, the Democratic Party doesn't care about the common man. I don't know what they care about, but they certainly ain't the common person. Vagrants as parents to lay in the pockets for themselves. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. I don't. And then they keep sending, and then the Democrats keep sending majority of our jobs overseas. And oh, never mind that both parties have done this, have wanted to keep all the military bases in other countries. The countries that they're in, they're not even paying their fair share, like NATO. Okay. Finally, Angela Merkel finally, and not the wrong person there. The original woman there from Germany, the head honcho, she's the one who finally agreed that Germany would give the United States the required 3.5% GDP for NATO. So the point is Trump managed to get some of the countries to finally agree to pay up their share of their NATO dues. Whereas for years we've had to foot the bill for protection of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Um, drug enablement and the addicts, also known as they were allowing. Well, we saw what happened in Oregon. The state basically backpedaled on the hard drugs policy, realizing it wasn't working. An experiment that went down in infamy. And why is everybody in the Democrats so worried about helping out illegal migrants from other countries when we can't even help our own homeless, like we were talking about last night? Why is it? Why is it that we are supposed to be saying to all the illegals, come in here, park your asses on our street, we don't care? Well, we already got our homeless people in our streets. Many of which were also served in our military and have needs, medical needs that we're not even dealing with. And yet you're saying open the door, say, come on in, the water's fine. No, the water's quite cold, thank you. Well, just make sure to put a space heater or a electric hot water heater so you can be a little warmer. The truth is, while our homeless people are laying in the street freezing their ass off. How can you help other people when you can't even help your own people? Get our own American people that served in our country. Were born here. You serve your existing problem first, and before you focus on anyone else's.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah, it was very possible. And what was passed in the state of California does not solve the homeless problem. All the homeless are going to do, since they have little to lose, are going to move to other states instead. So California tells all the homeless, get the encampments out of the city, out of the state. They're just going to spread like cockroaches after an exterminator shows up, because they have no choice. We gotta focus on our own people first and getting our own people the things that they need, the services they need. Fuck the migrants. Fuck the illegals. Help our own people first. We have to. We need to focus on our own people first. You can't host other people, you can't even host your own. Talk about a mistake. Forked tongue. Lopsided. And bad policy. Absolutely. If we can't if we cannot fix our own problems with our own existing people, how can we help other countries fix theirs? Well, guess what? Right now, the high price of food, supplies, and cost of living in the United States is already knocking the wealth out of the rich, too. David S., that might be true to a point. That brings up another area, which is kind of a sore point. We created these, what they call minimum wage laws. Okay. But what they didn't think of, when you have a minimum wage law, is employers cannot always afford to pay that minimum wage. I'm not saying we should totally go throw the minimum wage law out in the garbage can, but the state minimum wages in some of the states is very high. I think, and yet, in some states, California is one of them for food service, I believe. $20 an hour in food service. That means that you have to raise the prices of the food you're selling to compensate for that $20 an hour. $20 for a Big Mac, anyone? In fact, it got so bad that McDonald's is thinking about leaving California. They just can't afford to keep it. And then they see Americans are lazy. Excuse me. Let me tell you something. I don't think that's entirely true. But they have to pay us the minimum wage of the state you're in. Right? So, whereas illegal, undocumented, they can hire cheaper because they're under the radar. But legitimate Americans, they can't hire under the radar that way because they'll be busted. They'll be busted for the illegals too. And then the Americans are saying, oh, I'm sorry, I can't afford to live on $1 an hour. $40 a week, $1 an hour, $240 a month before taxes. When your apartment costs as much in some cities for a family of two, as much as $1,400 a month. It's so lopsided, the system, it doesn't make sense. David has said, also, it's true. The East Indians are notorious for doing that. The light-skinned ones owns the business, and the dark-skinned ones are usually brought in as slave labor, making $1 an hour. Yes, I know that. And the problem is, while the American person that goes to the businesses and might be also looking for a job gets told by the employer, sorry, I'm not hiring right now. You could always try to put in an application. And I'll say if I can put you on, and maybe in maybe like a year or 2 years. Because they know they can't afford to pay the minimum wage of the state you're living in. So you see, the system is lopsided. It's not even make any sense. So what do minimum wage laws really do? It effectively put all the prices up artificially. Who benefits from that? Not surprisingly, the federal government does. Higher taxes. Why do you think there's 500,000 missing migrant kids not being talked about in the news or by the administration in charge? I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know what happened to all those kids. But the point is, the Democrats can't get anything right. Look at the current issues right now in Congress. Under Chuck Schumer in the Senate, they cannot make any kind of bipartisan working agreement with any of the Republicans. They got a farm bill they got to pass. Nothing is coming out of that. They have to come up with a budget for the next fiscal year, which starts on October 1st. Again, nothing is being done about that. They don't want to fix it. Same thing went under the Obama administration when they were in charge of the House, the Senate, and the White House. They got zip done. I have no idea. One of my friends worked at the highest price liquor store in Greenwich, Connecticut, and his Indian boss brought in a slave from India. There you go. Wage slaves. People that worked basically willing to work for current prices. Let's talk about housing. Something that most of us Americans have to pay a huge chunk of our income to, a landlord. You do realize that most people rent housing from corporations that may directly or indirectly be working with BlackRock. For decades, they have made a fortune off our backs. They have been charging the rents have been going up, 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 and up. But the profit line has to stay high too in order to keep the stockholders happy. The American people cannot afford to buy a home. It's true. But Kamala Harris doesn't have a plan for that either. Trump didn't really cover much either, so let's be honest. I don't think either one really has a direct answer of how to solve the fact that American people need housing. Goes back to the homeless problem too. But people are getting squeezed. It don't really matter which party you're in. They're both doing it. Americans are getting squeezed, and at least Trump was willing to speak more about it than Kamala Harris did. Housing industries are getting expensive. The problem is again that goes back to the minimum wage concept. Get rid of the minimum wage. And while the economy may seriously suffer a major initial crash, I think you will see prices drop like a rock. Nobody has the balls to tell the government to go pound sand. I understand that. You're right, David. Most Americans are afraid to go against government. And that's the way the government wants it. They're like the boy that steals your lunch money or gives you a wedgie. That's what the government does. It's giving you a wedgie. If you don't take it, or if they don't give you a broken nose and take your lunch money in the process. I like to see people feel better about themselves. That's another thing. Why is it that as of late, I don't care who you are, this applies to everybody, the American people feel so depressed? I haven't felt this way when I was under Trump. Under Trump, I felt we were making positive progress. Empire builders always fail. Yeah. Look what happened to our predecessor there, the United Kingdom, the British Empire. Part of the reason why the British Empire failed was because people in the UK really depended on a lot of resources from other countries that they were under the empire. For example, the cotton industry, the garment industry. There was a lot of need for slave labor to run the cotton mills and the factories. So people came in to the UK, into the major manufacturing cities such as Manchester, in London, to work in the factories, in some places in the most deplorable conditions. But the industries themselves were trying to make a profit for their own board of directors, their own stockholders. I like to see that. If you can send me a link to that protest, I'd like to show it on my channel. Maybe not the whole thing, but we need to do the same thing. We need to tell Joe Biden and Kamala Harris that the American people do not like what they're doing to us. America used to be one of the most successful, prosperous manufacturing industries in the world. We used to have a lot of industry. The economy was good. 50s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. What happened? Started outsourcing to other countries. Well, I hope it would be peaceful too. But, Christina, I don't know how peaceful it's going to be because there's always going to be a couple non peaceful people in that group. They're going to want to try to stir the pot in a bad way. People don't realize how much that the UK has suffered because of their illegal migrant problem. It's not just America. Everybody thinks it's only America that has this problem. I can assure you it's not. When Trump said, America, other countries of the world, the crime rates are dropping. I said, not America, not in the UK, it's not. Knife stabbings are up because of the same problem that America's having. Illegals coming over from Calais and in Eastern Europe, in Asia, flooding the United Kingdom with people that don't even speak English and eat curry and sit there and want to keep their little ethnic groups together. Why can't you do that in your own country? See, you left. Yes, some are. Especially those that support the World Economic Forum. Because Trump is going to upset their apple cart, and they know that. Protests are really bad all over. Cell phones are tracked and traced back home after the protests. And a list is made to be acted on later if they choose to. The ones who want severe control are indeed afraid of Trump. The ones who want control are the ones who gaslighted the nation for the last 3 years. I know you are a little country. If you look at all the size of the UK, it's about the size of Michigan and maybe Ohio combined. It's not a huge place. It's a small place. You guys are bursting at the seams. You don't even have enough places to deal with your own homeless problem either. Just like us Americans, you guys trying to criminalize homelessness for sleeping rough. Because there's no place to put them. That's what I'm saying. We gotta find a way to fix the problem. But the way the Democrats are doing it, it's not working. Yeah. They rounded up a bunch of people that were partying in Florida during the lockdown and were all tracked back home. People came knocking on the doors. That's what I'm talking about, guys. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. The World Economic Forum really should be disbanded. I really think the problem is that's never going to happen. Because they're not elected officials, for one thing. And let's not forget about Davos either, the Bilderberg Group. And never mind that, what about the Rothschilds? What about the European bankers that are helping running the whole system? So it's those people that are taking advantage of the system. Ah, I see the bad assholes don't like me talking about this, huh? That's okay, that's why we record this locally. Switch over to the other network, Michelle, before you lose the link. Alright, I will. Switching over now. Okay. One T-Mobile coming up. They're trying to stop me from talking about this. Well, you know what? Screw you. We're going to talk about this. We're going to get this feed up again. You know what? Don't you worry about it. We're going to get this word out there. The bad assholes are trying to shut me down again. Because they know I'm telling the truth. They know I'm telling the truth. That is so weird. Well, you restart the link anyway. Stop. Well, keep recording, but just restart. Alright, hold on a minute. I think YouTube closed down. Did they? I think so. It's not just YouTube, though. No, I know. The YouTube is closed, though. Well, the internet in the United States has totally gone down. The internet in the United States has totally gone down. There's no link. So if I can't finish the live stream, I'm just going to finish it right now anyway. Just can finish recording and turn it to a vlog. So here we go. The fact of the matter is, they don't love you. They don't love you. I have to admit, that was kind of odd that this thing is acting like this. All networks are down. T-Mobile's down. Frontier's down. That is weird. Yeah, they're both down. They're both down. Don't matter which network I'm on. If I'm on Frontier, it's down. If I'm on T-Mobile, it's down. Both are down. Both went down. It's so odd. Both networks are out. Both Frontier and T-Mobile were offline. How about on your phone? Was it down there too? Let me check. No, my phone's working. Let me see if something got kicked loose in the back of my thing. Nope, it's in the hole. That's weird though. Are both networks out? T-Mobile's down, Frontier's down, and so I'm trying to find a way to get this working. So okay. For right now, I just switched over to my phone because something's going on with the part of the T-Mobile network with the YouTube server and also other things, but it doesn't seem to be affecting my phone. So we're gonna just finish the show on the phone right now. The thing is, I'm gonna have to look at the phone to read the comments. Let's see. So what's going on? Well, I don't know because I tried my hotspot. It's not working, and let me just try restarting the hotspot because obviously my phone is working, but seems kind of funny that it looks like no, it didn't because obviously World Economic Forum doesn't like me very much. But the truth is I don't give a shit. Look, I'm just telling you the truth. They're not even elected officials. They're not elected officials at all. They're not appointed by anybody. They haven't been elected. Well, while you're resetting that, why don't we also reset the router in the other room too? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for the cords. Let's see if T-Mobile might be up on it right now. Sometimes Frontier does go down, but it's rare. Yep. Okay, so I just switched over to T-Mobile. Let's see. Okay, yep, we're back. Alright, so we'll stream it both at the same time. So let's just start streaming. Okay, so while I was down, I actually started putting content together. Now obviously this live chat is not belonging in the right chat, so let me switch over to the live chat. I just got it restarted. So let me pay and that dismiss it stream. Well, obviously I got a lot of people's attention, that's for sure. You got my attention. Alright. There we go. So this is the one I'm gonna see on the screen. Oh wait, can you turn on the monetization, Michelle? I can. Oh, okay. So yeah. Monetization back on. On. Okay. Done. Hit save. Put playlist. Oh, the playlist. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. Playlist 2024. Hit done. Hit save. Okay. Get this chat on my screen so you can see it here. Yeah, it's kind of weird that it went down like that, and then fortunately enough, I was able to recover. So let's save that, and I'll pop out the chat, and I'll put that on the other place was. Pop out chat, send it over here. Okay, and then I'll just almost get the sun back up here. because I had to start a whole second stream because the other ran out of time to recover. Is obviously was a lot longer than it should be. Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that. Don't worry, guys. We'll be recording that locally as well, so we have the local copy, and we're also streaming also on our phone as well. So let's rejoin chat. But obviously now I gotta change the link to. No one was even here. So, but we'll just pop the right chat behind the screen because we have a new chat screen. So. Alright, closed captions on, panel on. Yep. Done. Okay. So, yeah. So now I gotta watch 2 different chats. I gotta watch the one on my phone too. I know you do. Okay. Alright, so speaking of that, since I have another chat screen to watch, let me put the other chat up as well on my screen so I can watch both chats, because otherwise, how are you gonna do that? We'll figure it out. Okay. So you can watch the chat on both screens. Okay, so let's go to www.youtube.com and let's go to my channel. I want to go to my account, view my channel, because I have 2 lives at the same time. So I want to pull up the phone one here, and so I want to pull up the phone one here. I'm gonna slide this chat out here. So let's see. I'm gonna slide this chat out here. Let's see. So I can keep an eye on both chats. Pop out chat. This is kind of awkward. So I can keep an eye on both chats. Okay. This is kind of awkward. Let's not get my computer hurting. Okay. Let's not get my computer hurting. Why don't you? Oh, you know what you should do? Why don't you pause this so you don't make your poor computer have a heart attack? All right, so now I can read both chats at the same time. So for the main one, it says, "Great, you're back." The last one was, I wonder if it's Kyle. I don't think so. It's the internet was on mobile devices last night. Via the cell towers. Good morning, Krista. Did your power go out, Krista? You know, she has power in the internet. Chris said, Michelle, Krista didn't lose power. Her power company was sending you, alert, your power, no, they didn't send, I'm not past due. Actually, Michelle owe Michelle money. Yeah, because Michelle pays so much more than the minimum payment. They actually have to give her a credit because she deserves a credit because she, so it's nobody's fault. I haven't had problems in a while like this one, Krista. It's just not a regular thing. But we're back on the main link now. You should rename the main link title because it's this is really part 2. Yeah, it is part 2. So let's just change the name of that to say part 2. So we know it's part 2 and not part 1. Okay. Let's see, over here. No, that's the other one. Oh. I'll tell you what I think it is. You can take it with a grain of salt. It's because part 2. people realize that I'm saying something that they don't like. That's what it is. They know I'm saying something that they do not like. They do not like hearing the fact is that we're saying is it's not its fault, guys. It's nothing to do with Ed at all. I don't think it has anything to do with Kyle either. No. But it is kind of odd. So this is kind of weird. Are we on? Oh, so we're in the hotspot right now. Yeah, because the Okay, so we're not even on Frontier right now. No, we're on the hotspot. Oh, okay. I didn't try using Frontier yet. Well, are you on Frontier on your cell phone? No. Oh. Alright, guys, so here's the deal for the people watching this on the cell phone, on the link on the cell phone. I'm going to go ahead, since we're already open on the other link, instead of trying to chase down two different networks simultaneously, two different streaming media simultaneously, I think we'll just get back to the main studio link instead of trying to stream them both at the same time, because it's just a bit of an awkward mess. It doesn't like Michelle. But we didn't have a power outage. Power didn't even go down, guys. Nope, the lights didn't even flicker. No, there's no power outage. No, it's not. The main channel, we got two watching. So, I'm gonna end the cell phone chat, and I'm gonna switch over to the main show. So, come on back to the main show, all 9 of you, and that's what we'll do there. So, see you over there on the other side. Okay, so let's answer Limmy's other question. Is that was on Frontier, I think. You think? No, it's on the hotspot. 896 5G. There we go. Let's see. Run a speed test now on that side of things. Yep, back to normal now on the Frontier side as well. Okay, that's okay. So now we're all fixed. It's not doing nothing, guys. No, it's not doing this. No. Alright, so it is kind of odd that happened when I talked about the World Economic Forum. And we already covered the fact is that we know that they're using ways to track and to do intrusion into your life. That's what they're doing, right? It's just so strange that would happen like that. Okay, panel's open. It's NDI or sorry, NDI Yeah, no, it's not it. It's the wrong link. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna give you the right link. Let me just close this other side chat here. Close this one. Whoop. Okay. It's NIR. Third Kitty. NIR. It's open. Oh, hold on a minute. Stands here. Which door? There's no one here. There's no one here. I just checked. There's no one out there. There's no one outside. I just checked. There's no one outside, guys. I will be shortly. Alright, let me unlock the kitchen door. Hold on a minute. Let me use the bathroom real quick, too. Okay, just give me a second to use the bathroom as well. Okay, so the kitchen door's unlocked and open. And let's see. And I heard them. No, they're not. Oh, standard disconnect. No, it's not. Now, so we got some people back on. So what happened? Why did it go down? I don't know. Why would T-Mobile and Frontier go down at the same time? I don't know. But resetting the hotspot and resetting the router fixed it. So I know, Grace. Don't worry about it. But it is kind of odd, especially when you mention the World Economic Forum. They got all mad because they're like, shoot, she knows the plan. I know the plan. We all know Brian Kay was masterminding the Hide the Hype project. It's not legitimate, guys. Okay? Stan even confirmed that to me, that indeed it was a Brian Kay masterminded project. Then he tried to blame John Camillo. Well, okay, John Camillo isn't even part of this channel. Why would he do that? It doesn't make any sense either. I was the one who blamed John says red work. Oh, okay. Camilla Harris has a plan to solve the problem. It's not going to work the way she's doing it. Let's just be honest. The situation is never going to change. The haves and have-not war has occurred for millennia. It hasn't changed. I'm sorry, it's true. It is not a new problem. Okay? Oh, giving it to the government ain't gonna help. Because the government wastes our money. Okay. I don't think Kamala can fix anything. She can't even do anything with her substance abuse problem. Okay? From what I've heard. So, how are you expecting her to fix the problem of the country when she can't even deal with her own issues? Well, that's a good point. How can you fix the problem if you can't even deal with your own problem? I think Stan wanted to still get that bench thinking that Kyle still had it, but it's not out there right now. Although maybe throw it in a dumpster. Maybe it's in the dumpster. Like Ronald Reagan said, the scariest words ever said. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Yeah. Even back in feudal society, the government didn't help the people.
Jimmy.
Hello?
It's Jimmy.
What's going on?
You need move out October 1. I have new tenant. Come and pay $1,200.
What's that?
You need to move out.
Who are you talking about?
You need to move out, Michelle. I have new tenant. Come pay $1,200 for me.
Hold on a minute. Stan, what are you talking about? Oh, anyway.
Here's your mail.
Oh, thanks. We had a temporary internet downage. It's up now, but
I gotta use your bathroom.
Go ahead.
The Cumberland Farm coffee went right through me.
But actually, we might be still looking into Bismarck. It's still a possibility because it's got a lot of options in Bismarck for next year. I haven't signed any dotted lines yet, but here's the solution: the own bands. No, I know it's not. But I mean, for so many people, it has become that. look at what's going on here when you think about the homeless population in the United States. Many of those people were American people that worked and were in the military and served, and the government won't even give them a hand. So anyway, have a seat, Stan. So anyway,
So I stopped at the Goodwill in Avon to see if they had any decent clothes, because that's a rich section. Sometimes they got good designer suits and stuff.
Yeah.
And dress shirts, but they don't have shit there for that. But I found a $3 chair to put outside for you. So I put that out there for you. You have 2 chairs now.
Oh, really? Some furniture, though.
Yeah, you got a chair. I noticed there's a big table over on the other side with 2 chairs.
I don't know. Trail stuff is all done. What the hell are you playing in the background?
There's a really good, like a maple wood table with 2 solid chairs on the other side. If it's not anybody's, you should take that, because it's better than that little shit table you have.
Well, that's a good question, because I don't know whose step that is, because some of that stuff got left over from many decades or many tenants ago, and they don't know who owns it now. So some of the stuff belonged to 5, but then he went to prison, and then that stuff got left behind.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he gave that stuff to another tenant after he left.
All right, well, keep an eye on that. If nobody takes that table, you should take that table and move it over.
Yeah.
To your side, because that's a nice big table. You could have like 4 people there.
Yeah.
And there's 2 more chairs there also.
I'm going to get you in camera here so you can see you.
So anyway,
So we had
I'm on my way down to Kent Falls. I want to take some pictures along Route 7.
Kent Falls?
Yeah, I'm doing my photography. I got my camera and
I'm
doing some photography.
You mean Kent Falls?
Pursuing my passion.
Oh, you like doing photography too, huh?
Yes, I do.
I used to do film photography. Trying to get him on the screen because he's a guest. Let's see. Yeah.
What is this?
It's another magazine. I don't know much about it.
Like a fashion magazine, I think. Prada. Donna Karen.
Stan's looking sharp, yeah. Looks good.
Yeah, this is a high-end fashion show. Look at this. This is a nice fur coat, huh? See that?
Yeah, I see that.
Looks like rusty fur on that coat.
We're season in bed, so I'm chilling out. I was lying on my bed.
Yeah.
Well,
I wouldn't have stopped by, but I got that chair, so I figured I'd come and leave it here.
So they're already on the porch?
Yeah, I just put it right next to your table.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, because I looked at some listings in Bismarck, and there's like some inexpensive rentals for like I can get a 2-bedroom apartment for like $700 a month in Bismarck.
Michelle, I offered you a first floor.
Yes.
2-bedroom.
Yeah.
2-year lease, $500 a month, and you passed that up.
There also was a basement apartment too, for a 1-bedroom for like $500 a month.
You know what I did? I told my partner to rent the apartment.
And then there was a furnished. And then there was a furnished house. Actually, I think it was an apartment, not a house, but it was definitely a lower floor of a house for $799 a month.
You know what I saw in Vermont? I took the highway all the way up into St. Johnsbury.
Uh-huh.
And then I went even further into Londonderry. And
which place is this?
This was Vermont. I went up there yesterday. It's almost near Canada.
Oh, okay.
And I went to a bookstore. I got some books. And then instead of getting back on the highway, I took Route 5, which runs along parallel to the highway, but it's like a country road, And so I took a lot of nice pictures.
Well, all I know is like I said, is that...
Do you know what I saw all along Route 5? I saw land, like half-acre, acre parcels of land, and people just putting camp trailers on there, or single wides, and living in that. There's no zoning up there. You could put whatever. You could live out of a fucking car up there if you have a piece of land.
Yeah, if you own a
Route
piece
5.
of land, depending on the local ordinances, yeah,
There's
you
no
can put a trailer.
ordinances. You do what you want. So there was a lot of people, at least 24 that I saw along the, maybe more than that, 36 campers, people living in campers.
Yeah.
So I mean that could be a consideration. You look at the prices there.
True, but I think right now, I would like to see, maybe consider rent, as I said, like, renting a nice apartment, and it's not too expensive. I'm trying to get this camera so you can see it better, guys. All you can see is the turntable. You couldn't really see the guy. Well, let's see. You can't see the guy now for sure. Yeah, there you go. Now I can get this. The problem is the cord in my. There you go. So, like I said, right now the biggest thing is that standards are a solution to take advantage of it. And where is, you said there's campers there?
Yeah, it's all along Route 5 from St. Johnsbury down to White River Junction.
Yeah, but I don't have a trailer though.
You can get a trailer for $500, Michelle.
Yeah, but then I have to get someone to pull it.
Of course.
Well,
every option you find problems with, You like your glass is constantly half empty, Michelle. Moving to Bismarck's gonna be the biggest problem you could ever face. Fucking 40-degree below weather for months at a time.
Yeah, I know it can get real cold up in Bismarck because it's Plain State too. It's also right up by Canada.
I gotta look into that area there.
Well, maybe we could go explore that area somehow, someday.
I'm going up there in 3 more weeks when the foliage changes. I went up there a little. I thought the foliage up north would be, colorful, but it wasn't colorful yet. It was just starting to turn. So,
yeah,
give it another 2 or 3 weeks before you get all the nice bright yellow, red, gold colors. And so I'm gonna go up there probably at the end of the month or the beginning of October.
Let me ask you a question that we just experienced before we came here when the both the Frontier and the T-Mobile internet went down at the same time.
Okay.
Why would that even happen?
Well, somebody flipped a switch somewhere on a phone pole and they shut it off by accident.
We're at the central office. But as far as I heard,
we're living in a banana republic, remember? Infrastructure is collapsing.
Yeah.
Right? You're lucky you don't have rolling blackouts every day. You get a little pop that goes off for 5 minutes, comes back on, who cares?
Then what happened here last night, says Red. Well, that happened here last night, he says. Yeah, we did last night. We didn't have a problem carrying the debate, but last time debate with Biden and Trump, we had problems with the feed a couple times.
So Trump got his ass wiped yesterday by Harris.
Oh, Harris definitely got her butt kicked too.
I don't know how you could see that when, he's like, she doesn't have no plan, and then they asked Trump about his plan. He said, well, I'm not president yet. Well, motherfucker, you're here to tell us what your plan is. He had no plan either.
Oh.
So don't sugarcoat it like he won something. He didn't win shit.
Well, she sounded like she was basically just kind of like trying to give you a pitchman for some company trying to sell you something.
Well, they both are. They're both trying to sell you that your vote matters.
Well, let's put it this way. How many people have taken pot shot at Kamala Harris so far?
What do you mean?
You know what I mean?
No,
At
what do
her
you mean?
rallies, how many people try to shoot her?
Oh, pot shots. I don't know.
I don't think I saw
There
too
might be
many
some
people.
Trumper out there that's crazy enough to try to do it. I mean, Trump does have a cult of personality following him around. You can't deny that. Orange Kool-Aid drinkers.
Your leaders are weak. I don't deny that our leaders are weak, but I think the problem is
Look,
that
Michelle, they wanted to take Trump out by killing him. They didn't kill him. So the next step was that they pulled the plug.
They try to convict him. They try to prosecute him. That is not working either.
And now they replace Dementia Joe with somebody who's not even didn't even get the electoral votes from her own party. They replaced the presidential candidate. You understand? The fix is in, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, I know
There's
that.
no way that Trump's gonna win. They're gonna fix this, and she comes out of nowhere. She's so unpopular, and then all of a sudden, she's leading in the polls. What the fuck's that all about?
So it depends on which polls you read, though. If you go look,
Michelle, the fix is in. Trump is gonna lose. Then he's gonna get thrown in jail.
And what if he doesn't? What if we get enough people that we basically convince the Electoral College to let him win?
Yeah.
Then what?
And what's he gonna? Yeah. Then what? What's he gonna do? What the hell's he gonna do?
This is.
He's gonna put in the same insiders that he did last time on his first term. Environmental Protection Agency puts in a fucking petroleum company CEO to run that. And he talks about draining the swamp. He didn't drain any fucking swamp. He bullshitted all you guys. You guys don't see what he did. He's not doing anything if he gets elected. He's going to put the same insiders in. Nothing's going to change. More corporate, tax relief. Meanwhile, people like you are going to suffer under Trump.
Well, right now we're all suffering
You're not
under
going to get shit from him.
Yeah, at the same time, we're all suffering under Biden already. If you look at this, Biden did not do anything to help the homeless problem alone. Okay.
Listen, what are you doing to fix yourself?
Well, that's what I'm trying to see about going to Bismarck or to another area, which I think is a better choice.
Why don't you go to Canada? You have free health care up there.
Because under Trudeau, Canada would still suck. You know that.
You haven't been to Canada. You've never been to Canada. What the fuck are you talking about?
No, I've never been to Canada.
So how can you judge a country and its leader when you haven't been there?
All I can go by with Canada is what Canadians are saying. And the Canadians do not support Trudeau at all.
They've elected him, though.
Yeah, they elected him.
So how are they not supporting him?
Well, a lot of people don't like him. No more than they like Macron of Paris. Either. That's why Marine Le Pen also right now has already won the election. And Macron didn't like that. He's demanding a re-election again. Because he didn't like the fact that he lost.
These people are all puppets, Michelle. They're all puppets on a stage. The marionette controllers behind the scenes pulling their strings, including Trump. Trump has no power. He never had any power. If he had power, he wouldn't have gotten eliminated in 2020. He would have won the election. He wouldn't have gotten played on October 6th.
A lot of people thought Trump was...
All his ardent supporters went in there like assholes. And now they're all on the fucking FBI list under arrest or under investigation.
Well, all I know is...
And he didn't do nothing for these people. He didn't pardon any of them. That's your leader. He don't give a fuck about you. He only cares about Trump. I don't understand why you don't see this.
I mean, I'm going to say my opinion in this. I think that... And I'm part of the Purple Party. I'm not strictly a far right or far left. I'm kind of a centrist. What I'm saying is right now, the Democrats, which are in control, haven't done anything to help the people. I'm talking about the people that were born and raised
here. You got Obamacare, man.
That was
You're getting $1,600 a month without working.
Right.
And food stamps.
Yeah.
And you're saying they didn't do anything for you? What, are you kidding me? You're getting
it was not Biden that did
Michelle,
that, though.
You're getting $2,000 a month to sit on your ass.
Excuse me, but the only thing is that wasn't Biden that did that.
You're complaining about this. I mean, come on.
Some of this legislation goes all the way back to Richard Nixon.
Listen, the legislation goes back to 1793. The legislation in this country. Or 1789, whatever it was.
Yeah. But the point is that looking at the last 4 years, Biden did nothing to deal with inflation at all.
Biden couldn't wipe his own ass the last 3 years.
I know that.
Do you think he's gonna worry about inflation? He needs to worry about finding his way from his bedroom to his bathroom.
You're right. A lot of people do get less, Cheryl. No doubt about that. I agree. But the truth of the matter is that Americans have asked Biden administration and Congress to do something. They have asked them over and over again, and they did nothing.
Right. And how's that going to change with Trump?
Well, that's a good question, considering that he has to deal with Congress.
Tell me what's he going to do? And I'm going to take a note of this, and then
all he can do as president.
He does none of this.
The only thing he can do right now under Trump is he's going to have to work with Congress. Whoever's in charge of Congress. That's the reality. And that's the same with any president. President only can do so much. The president by himself.
You know
okay?
What
when it comes to the purse, that's Congress. Congress is the one that has to pass the legislation.
If Trump let them go into Syria like they wanted to, like they're ready to go in 2019.
How you doing, Margot? Welcome to the show today.
He would have been a second term president. But when you pull the plug, you take a lot. He's out. So the handlers know that Trump can't be trusted. There's no way they're going to put him in. There's no way.
Well, I don't know what's the best way to go.
The war machine rolling. They can keep it rolling under Harris. They can keep it rolling under.
Do you really? Okay, let me ask you a question. All the executive orders that Trump had passed, that Biden rescinded, all of them, over 100 orders. If they were really working, and they seem to be, like the Remain in Mexico policy, wouldn't you, as president, want something that is working to continue to work? Why did Biden insist of stopping construction on the wall when it was 99% finished?
Because it's all a plan. They're bringing in people that will get free shit.
But we could
the free shit army of which you are a part, and they're gonna get people to vote for that party. That's what they did. That's obviously what they did.
Well, I'm certainly not voting for the. I certainly am not voting for the Democratic Party at this time.
I don't care. It's all a show. I'm voting for Jill Stein. That's who I'm voting for.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's Jill Stein. Is she gonna likely win? I mean, I'll be honest.
Who wins. I'm voting for who I think is the best person.
Well, I understand you should.
All right. So whether she wins or not is irrelevant. I'm voting for who I think is the best person.
Anyway, so did you heard that Noodles wanted to have me go to the winter stayover camp with Waters there? Who's Waters? I don't know who Waters is.
John Waters?
Yeah.
He's a filmmaker.
He's a what?
A filmmaker.
Oh, filmmaker. So what the stayover camp is going to be focusing on movies?
I don't know. It's like filmmaking maybe or something. I don't know.
Right. Well, Noodles wanted me to go, and he said him, maybe with Justin and A few.
Justin's never gonna go anywhere with you. You know, he's too creeped out by you.
Yeah, I understand Justin's
Justin's
attitude.
not all there. You know what I mean?
I understand Justin's attitude to an extent that he's actually afraid to make a chance.
Justin's not all there.
Whereas the difference, I already told Knowles I want to go, and then he says, "Oh, well, you're gonna make it complicated for me. I don't know if you're gonna have it go or not." I mean, what do you mean? You're the one who offered it to me, and I said I was interested.
Okay, look, Michelle, don't worry about it. If Noodles wants to do something with you, he will get together with you.
Yeah, because he was one who suggested it to me. He asked me if I was interested, and
why are those cameras? Oh, there it is. There's my hand.
Which one? This one?
That one there, where I'm sitting.
This is the camera that was pointing to you.
But I'm not sitting. I'm standing.
I know. So let me switch over to the other camera. Hold on a minute.
That's like
ain't much gonna be much of a shot, but all right. There you go. No, you can't see there because it's. Let me just.
No, don't worry about
point
it.
this
I'm
up
leaving.
to you.
I'm leaving.
So anyway.
So. Don't worry about the politics, Michelle. It's all fixed. It's all a show. It's like sports, you know. It's bread and circuses.
Christine says it's all a satanic agenda by design.
Yes, it is.
I don't disagree with that. So
it's all a show, and it doesn't matter who gets elected. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to take your guns. They're not going to do any of that shit. There's too many guns to take.
And on top of that, right now, the Supreme Court says you can't even enforce concealed carry either policies.
I drove up from Connecticut through Massachusetts into Vermont.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I didn't take my weapon because I can legally carry in Connecticut. I can't carry it in the car even in Massachusetts, the Socialist Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
Right.
But I could carry it in Vermont. But I wasn't going to take a chance that I get pulled over and, you know, they find a handgun on me or something, and then I'm in the hooskow for a couple weeks.
Right. That wouldn't be a good idea.
I left my gun at home. And there were plenty of cops on I-91 yesterday in Massachusetts.
Oh, yeah. They're always looking for things like that, you know?
You know, each state has its own laws, and you need to be aware of your own laws, not just gun laws, any kind of laws.
That's because
seatbelt laws, you know.
Right, well, that's kind of become more nationwide now, but yeah, you're right.
Any kind of law that they can fuck with you need to be aware of.
But remember, one of the things is under the 13th Amendment was that the states would be able to allow to control within their own state. Well, as long as federal law does not trump it.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Well, we're never going to go to Kent Pizza again. That was a disaster. That was a disaster of epic proportions.
Yeah.
You know. Did you still eat that pizza, or is it still here, fester?
No, I finished it.
All right.
Well, it's already getting stale by the second.
Did you have a bowel movement afterwards? An explosive bowel movement?
No, nothing like that. No.
Really?
It didn't affect me at all. Maybe it's because I'm used to eating garbage anyway.
Yeah. It's like an alcoholic who drinks. You know, they have like a cast iron liver. You know, you have a cast iron gut from eating all that shit all your life.
Yeah.
You should eat some broccoli or something, you know.
Well, yeah, I bought some carrots, but I didn't buy any broccoli.
Eat healthy. I mean, that's all you don't even need to exercise. You just eat healthy. Instead of getting these big ass sodas.
Oh, not that big. That's a Diet Coke. That's
hyper size. Why don't you get the small one? Why do you need this giant one every time you
because the fact is because that's a venti. That's not right there. You hold is a venti size. Using Starbucks terminology, it's a 20-ounce soda.
The point is, you're putting more sugar into your body than you need to.
Yeah, but it's Diet Coke, so it doesn't have sugar. But like I said,
there's all this other garbage in there that
I know
eats away your brain, the neurons in your brain. You keep drinking a Diet Coke and wait 10 years, you're going to be like Biden.
I've been drinking
walking into
Diet
walls.
Coke all my life.
Yeah. You're too far gone. You're going to be like Biden when you wait 10, 15 years, 20 years.
Well, if Noodles doesn't watch out, he's going to be like my sister.
You're going to walk down to Cumberland Farms and you're going to get lost. You're going to end up walking to Satan's Kingdom or something. Looking back for your apartment the wrong way, you know? That's what's going to happen to you when you keep drinking that Diet Coke.
Well, I know there's people who actually did drink a lot of soda, which I don't.
You drink a lot of soda. Who are you kidding? Every day you drink a big-ass 40-ounce cup of soda, Michelle.
20 ounce. It's a venti. It's not a 40 ounce.
Okay.
It's not a cotita.
20 ounces times 7 times 52.
Well, I don't always drink soda every day. Some days I don't even go out. But the fact of the matter is...
Okay. Look, you have a good day, and everybody have a good day.
All right. By the way, Kyle is gone, but check the dumpster to see if there's anything down there that you left behind that might...
the other day, and the car beeper was going off?
Yeah.
That was Kyle. That was Kyle's truck, and he was setting it off because he was trolling us. You know,
yeah.
He was trolling me, I think, to think that it was my car. But he was over there standing, and he was setting his own alarm off on his car because he's a clown. He's one of these class clowns from high school that never succeeded in anything. You know.
Well, he started a construction company.
Failed businessman and a failed tenant. And instead of getting his shit together, he's fucking around with people. You know, because he's an asshole. So you need to recognize people who are assholes in your life and separate from them. You know, you're Kyle's gone. Now you can't blame him for bleach.
Then what made him decide to steal $85,000 from an elderly woman, and then he's going civil court, not criminal court, over that?
Who is?
Kyle. Look up his civil case.
You just said criminal.
No, it's going under civil.
Doing what? Stealing money?
Yeah.
Is that his business?
Yeah.
So some woman paid him to do a job, build a room on her house or something, and he didn't build it.
Or something like that. I don't know all the details, so you are pretty able to find that stuff out in the docket. You could find out the details.
I know, but if I go on here, I got to download the PDF, and then I got to read it. Why don't you just go on jud.ct.gov, and we can look it up. Open up a window.
Right now, let's go ahead and just deal with trying to keep the show going.
Why don't you just open up a window right there? You got the plus sign.
There's Kyle on YouTube. I don't know. That's a great question. I have no idea if Kyle's on YouTube. He could be. I mean, it's possible.
Michelle, why don't you... People want to know about Kyle's failed business. Why don't we look it up since we're here?
Well, Kristen knows more about it than I do, so maybe she should ask her.
You are so lazy to even press a button and open up a window and look shit up. You really are lazy.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. But trust me, I'm
telling me to look it up. You know, fuck you. You look it up yourself.
Well, you have access. You know these websites more than I do, because that's what
I'm trying to tell you. You can look it up right here. I can show you where it is, where you could find this stuff. You could see who's Jimmy going after every month.
Right now, I've been also looking up other things that I mentioned about the Bismarck. So I've been doing research on that in background. I got to do some more on that today.
Where do you have these kids?
Oh, that was a gift. That was a gift to me from one of my fans.
A kid?
The Sabrina Teenage Witch series.
Oh.
I had that on my wish list for me, and I got it.
Okay.
But I was surprised to see that they didn't include the closed captions on that.
No fishing, Michelle.
What's that?
No fishing.
Oh.
No fishing.
Oh yeah, that was from Ed. That's one of the last little things he left behind.
You sent on the Discord a phone number for Ed. You put it in the public area. Is that his new phone number?
Yeah. That's his right number. I gave
Should
it
we
to you.
call him?
Yeah.
Let's call him. Let's get him on the show. Let's do that.
Well, not right now.
Yeah, right now. Let's do it right now.
It's already. I already tried to get him on the morning show. He never answers.
Well, look, we could try, right? It's noon. Maybe he's waking up right about now.
I tried calling him at
Make the
12
show.
noon. He's not up at 12
I'm
noon.
trying to make your show a little interesting here. You know, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be mean to you, but you know, you go through this routine where you do the same shit over and over, and you don't want to straight.
Well, if I call Ed, the problem is we
look
gotta
up-
talk to him
You
through
don't want to
this.
look up Kyle's or Jimmy's civil or criminal docket. You don't want to see any of that. And so
All right, let's see if I can find.
call his ass up and let's see what he's doing.
Let's see if I got the right number
Put him
here.
on the show. Let's talk about the
Hold
monkeys.
on.
Charlie Watts from the Rolling Stones.
All right, so yep, I have the new number in here. Okay.
Edward Mitchell. Train Man Ed.
No answer.
Leave a message.
Please leave your message for 81.
That's a positive step forward, Michelle.
Right.
I know
Ow.
you did Doc said. You realize that.
No, I turned the volume down before they got the whole number.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, look, you have a good day. I'm gonna head out to Kent Falls, down Route 7, to see if I can get
Put
some
this back on the shelf before it gets knocked off the table.
fishing.
So you can see all my records, so they're stacked up nice and a lot of them.
So this is the Dr. Demento show.
Yeah.
I ordered a King Biscuit Flower Hour show with Iggy Pop and Lou Reed, 2 concerts. It's similar to this. It has the sheet,
Right.
but it's King Biscuit Flower Hour. from
Q sheet. I never heard that.
1980
I always so
86 or 82 or something.
well. I did see some really old Dr. Demento. Those albums all back to 1985,
Okay.
and they're
Michelle.
going for a lot of money.
Michelle, let's eat healthy. Try to eat healthy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Get a bottle of water instead of soda. Can you do that?
Oh, I got water. It already comes out of my tap. I don't really need to buy
I
water.
know, but if you go to the store, just get a water. Get a cup of ice water. It should be free.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
You save money and you're not killing yourself with sugar.
speaking of killing ourselves, what about Noodles? Because he's going to end up the same way my sister does by the time he's 51. When she died, he's going to end up going the same way.
Okay.
I'm serious. He eats a lot of fast food. He eats a lot of greasy stuff. He's going to go the same way my sister did.
I mean, he's a grown man. He knows what he's doing, you know. And
Does he?
I think a lot of the stuff he does is for the show, you know. He
Right.
on this.
But it's still putting it in his stomach.
I don't know what his, you know. He's his own person, you know. Everybody does what they do.
Yeah.
I can't tell him what to do.
No,
You
same.
can't tell him what to do.
Same is true
He can't
with
tell
me.
you what to do.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to point you in the right direction with food because your diet is terrible.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You need, you know, and if you want to live to be 90, you're gonna have to change that up.
Oh, I am changing it up. I am making changes. I'm losing weight now, which is good.
You haven't stepped on the scale in months.
I don't need to. I don't need to. I already know I'm losing weight. My audience can see it in my face. I'm losing weight.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
You don't need a scale. When you can also see that your clothes fits better. Actually, in the case of some of the clothes I got, some of the tops are actually too big.
Is Crossroads open right now?
Who?
Crossroads, the witch shop.
Foxwoods?
Crossroads.
Oh, Crossroads. That's over in Colebrook.
Right. Are they open right now?
I don't know.
Crossroads, Colebrook Road, Winchester. Open till 5. You want to take a ride over there?
What's that? Oh.
Do you want to take a ride over there?
Yeah. Can you wait till I kind of get done with the show? I'm almost done. Anyway, so now.
Ray.
Let me just say one more thing. I actually, guys, I do not eat at McDonald's as much as I used to.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have not seen not a single cockroach in here today. I just want to say that for the record.
You probably won't. Because I think they already escaped out to the window.
I have not seen any. Not a single one. There was a fly flying around, but that was it.
Yeah, there's probably some dead ones laying around.
It was a house fly.
House flies would get because the windows don't have screens that are good.
So, Michelle.
Yeah.
Why don't you wrap the show up and then...
I am.
We can go live at Crossroads while you're going looking through this.
All right, let me do that. So guys, here's okay. Let's talk about that real quick. Which one do you really like better? Do you like the Bird Pond or Satan's Kingdom? Because I did a poll on it, and it seems that someone wanted to have it in Satan's Kingdom than they did at Bird Pond.
I don't really care. I think your Wi-Fi was better at Bird Pond.
Yeah, it was better.
My Wi-Fi wasn't good at either place on the ones I had on my.
And we're gonna need to come up with a jig so we can hold more.
You paid for that hotspot or whatever you got. I don't have that. So.
Right. What we're gonna do. That wasn't going through the hotspot. It's just going directly from my phone, not through the hotspot, but it's still in the same network. But what I'm gonna say was, right now we're streaming on the hotspot. Is that the Bird Pond, for example, the outhouse is permanent structure, whereas with the Satan's Kingdom, that's a porta potty, and that probably they take that back to the warehouse during the winter snows, so it's probably not out there in the winter time.
So who cares?
Why do if I gotta pee?
You go pee before you do the show.
I usually do, yeah.
Before you do the convocation, you take care of all that, so you can go there and spend an hour, doing a show. It shouldn't take you more than 20 minutes to do the actual convocation. Then you pack up, you come back here, and you do an after show.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all. You worry too much unnecessarily about, what if this is not here, or what if that's not there. Of course, you're gonna put this stuff.
What I'm thinking about doing is making a jig so we can have multiple cameras shooting a portrait and landscape at the same time.
Okay.
That way, we can satisfy all the camps at the same time. And if I can get a jig set up to hold 6 cameras, that means that you can mount your camera, my cameras.
You know what I think you need? I think you need variety. Getting up off the seat here and going out and doing different places. Go to Crossroads and stream there for 20 minutes, or half hour. Go with Krista to Ollie's or something and stream there.
Yeah.
You could do things like that that'll kind of spice it up.
Speaking of Ollie's, we gotta get another one of these because this is a one badass bright flashlight.
What is that, a dildo?
I got this one at Ollie's with noodles.
How much was that?
I think it was like $30, $35 or something like that. But this has an additional feature which is very nice for this. And that is the battery is replaceable. So you can go ahead and get another battery in this one.
Is that a rechargeable battery?
It's not waterproof, but it
Is
is.
it a rechargeable battery?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Let's get a built-in BMS right inside it, so you can charge with a USB, micro USB connector. So this is a, and then like I said, this light that's a flashlight. This is the main light. Two of these guys set on the ground, nice. And you can have.
Yeah, that's plenty of light.
It's pretty bright. It's almost equal.
Light in the woods. You need just one of those.
It's almost equal in brightness to that 15 watt.
It's more so than that. I mean, that's got to be like 150 watts or more.
It's certainly about 1,200 lumens.
Yes, yeah, that's bright. Turn it off.
It's about almost. It's just about as bright as that bulb is.
All right, folks. So we're gonna go to Crossroads, the Wiccan shop. She's gonna talk to the resident witch there, and maybe do a quick interview of the woman and.
So let's see, Satan's Kingdom, because Lumi says stabs. I don't know about that.
Nonsense they have there. And Jimmy can move you out at any time, because you don't have a lease. He doesn't even have to give you 30 days, Michelle. Jimmy can come in here.
Hello, Emila12 from D-Live. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show, everybody. Anyway, so like I said, there's a lot of people here today. D-Live's here. 20 people watching right now. Viewer engagement is 15 minutes and 34 seconds. The first part was pretty good too before the internet went down, which was kind of weird when that happened because it was like nobody understood why the internet was down.
Is there any I was looking at land up in Colebrook.
What's that?
I was looking at some land to buy up in Colebrook before.
Yeah.
But the piece of land that I was looking at wasn't good. It was like sloped up. It wasn't buildable. It could have been buildable with a lot of landscaping but I wasn't interested in that.
I've seen land in Winston that was pretty cheap, but the problem was it was landlocked.
Yeah, that's the cheapest land you'll find anywhere is landlocked land.
Yeah, but the question is then how are you going to get things like if you want utilities and stuff?
You need a deeded right of way across somebody else's property.
Right.
And that's the biggest pain in the ass with those landlocked lands.
Right. It's the same thing with the utility.
Some asshole neighbor that puts a gate up on your right of way, and then you have a neighbor dispute. You got some asshole to shoot your dog for no reason.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why I wouldn't necessarily buy a piece of land that's landlocked, especially because
I would never buy. I have never bought land that's landlocked.
All right, Noodles wants to come on now. Hold on, man. Let's get Noodles on here. I gotta get the headphones on so I can hear him. Hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Ow! I forgot to turn the volume down. How you doing?
Michelle, you ever holding a poop really long?
No, I'm just talking to Stan CT over here in the on the couch area.
Oh. Hey, Stan.
Hold on, let me turn the headphones up so you can hear him. Let's not put them in my head so I don't go deaf in the process. Noodles is saying hi to you, Stan.
Hey, Noodles. Hey, Noodles.
Go ahead, Noodles. You can talk. He's walking around in New York City again.
I'm in the motherfucker. Let's go.
Alright. So, so you're doing the same old thing you do every day.
When you hit kids, I'll be
right, I'm gonna go wait outside. Whenever you're ready, come
Oh, okay. So Noodles, what it was is I was supposed to go somewhere with Stan, so that's one reason I was surprised you wanted to come on so late.
Oh, you're leaving?
We're gonna take
Where you going?
We're gonna take a ride over to the Wiccan shop down the road here.
Crossroads. They're trying to get something arranged for
Let's get
the.
some satanic ritual stuff.
Right.
All right. So you leaving now, Michelle?
Yeah, she's gonna come back live though. She's gonna shut off this stream and then go live. You know, from the car and then from the.
But anyway, so Stan was telling me about this Waters guy. You still want to do that? Because you're the one who
Take a
said
chicken
it to me.
burrito. Well, John Camilla said he's not paying for it anymore because you acted like a little baby, so he's not going to do it. But John was willing to fork out all the money himself.
I said I just got to go ahead, just get a prepaid SIM card because Kent doesn't have, as far as I know, T-Mobile coverage up there. That was nothing about being a baby. I just said was they don't have coverage as far as they know for T-Mobile in Kent.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
What's that?
I'm getting a chicken burrito, Michelle. I don't know if you know that right now. I'm getting a chicken burrito outside this food cart here called Mi Amor.
Okay.
I saw Petey was live earlier, Noodles.
All right, so I'll talk to you later then, Noodles, okay?
All right.
All right, bye-bye. All right, guys, so we got to get going, and we'll be back later on today. Today is Wednesday. It's my day off. But are we still having Wee Woo Wednesday? Because I was trying to find the last Wee Woo, and I didn't see one last week. Do you know if they're still having Wee Woo Wednesday?
You asking me?
J-Mac Oregon.
I don't know.
Okay. So
assume they are. I don't know. What did they do? Like 3 o'clock our time or 4 o'clock our time or something?
All right. So
check in later. See if they're on.
Yeah. So if anybody knows about the Wee Woo Wednesday, if it's still on, let me know. But for right now, let me go ahead and just wrap this up. Let me put my headphones back on so I can get ready to hear the tracks here. And that's very nice. I don't go deaf in the process. So everybody, we'll see you guys later on. It's kind of, I didn't expect to have Sting come by today, so it's kind of caught off guard, kind of flat-footed. But for now, we'll let you guys go. Talk to you later. Oh yes, by the way, the part of the show that was cut off, I'll upload that part later on this afternoon, so you can see the whole show in its entirety. So which includes this part here that's still recording.
For sure.
So for now,
Miss Jimmy, you need to move.
What?
Michelle, Jimmy, you need to move. I have new tenant. He paid me $1,200 a
Sounds closed, Sam. Actually, he already has. Realistically, he does have an opening.
I get rid of Kyle. I need you move. I don't want no headache.
Yeah, no, you did a pretty good emulation of him, though. All right, let me go ahead and get ready wrapped up. So everybody, talk to you later. Bye bye, guys.